Welcome back, Truth Seeker. In the time that the U.S. media is very much focused on what's going on in L.A., where some people are calling it a riot, even though it's all being contrived for TV. Of course, you got the federal police out there, you got the LAPD, you got the National Guard called on by the Fed, Trump, and then, of course, you have federally backed Antifa, which the media will not tell you, even though it's so obvious. Again, they have to have this staged chaos to justify the incredible expenditures that we, the taxpayers, pay for police and military. But in the time this is the news, look at who's dead. Sly Stone of Sly and the Family Stone, whose fifth album was titled There's a Riot Going On. And funny enough, that album released on November 1st in history. That's the day leaving 60 days left in the year, like Donald Trump equals 60, and we just had the 60th election. And don't forget what happened to his ex-wife, who fell down the stairs and died exactly 60 weeks ever into the first Jesuitic nation year, the same day he said he would run in the upcoming election. Now, here's the other piece. Sly Stone is dead 86 days after his birthday. Remember, James Comey just posted the 8647 tweet 8,647 days after 9/11, the event that made him part of the FBI. But then, of course, James Comey said he'd never heard of the term 86 to get rid of before, when pretty much, unless you were born and living under a rock, you know what 86 means. Sly Stone just got 86 days after his Ides of March birthday. And that's interesting that he had an Ides of March birthday, because Ides of March is to remember the assassination of Caesar in 44 BC, and some people thought that's what Comey was alluding to, that type of thing. And don't forget Trump, even though he was number 45 the first time, that made him the 44th person to be president, because Grover Cleveland had a split term, messing up the count forever. Joe Biden was the 45th person to be president. The next person to be president will be the 46th all time. Will it be another Catholic? Again, Catholic equals 46, like Biden was number 46, and JFK got 86 at age 46. But yeah, Sly Stone dead 86 days after his birthday during a supposed riot. And then some other obvious things is, you know how 42 is stamped all over Black history? Look at Sly and the Family Stone, the band. They stopped recording in 83. They were active from 66 to 83. 66 is interesting because this protest in LA began on June 6, 6/6. But they stopped recording in 83. That was 42 years ago, right? 42 years ago. And check out the Gematria Sly Stone. Sly Stone, if you're new here, Gematria, the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words. 4 base ciphers of the English language. Alphabetic order, A is 1 up to Z is 26. Reverse alphabetic order, and both orders with numerology applied. When you run it in reverse with numerology, Sly Stone is 42. And it is true that he died 86 days after his birthday. You could also say that he died on his 87th day of his age. You can see that when you run it in reverse, Sly Stone is 87. Notice the overlap here with a word like slavery, right? You got the 87, 42, 30. Check out slavery. Very similar. 87, 42, 30. You also see the 102, like the American Civil War, which had a lot to do with slavery. Began on the 102nd day of the year, April 12th, 1861. And of course, Lincoln said it was the Jesuits to blame, the same Jesuits who control your government, your news, who gave us the calendar. And the other thing about 87 is today is 87 days before the city of LA's birthday, September 4th. It's 87 days before LA's birthday with this LA riot. Sly and the Family Stone started in San Francisco, where Gavin Newsom climbed into political power before he was the mayor. Now he's the governor. But yeah, if you've missed all my work on the coverage of what's going on in L.A. and why it's 33 years after the Rodney King riots, where the National Guard was deployed after he was beat on 3/3, and how Rodney King's birthday is 4/2. And if you just missed all that, you better get caught up on it, because, again, this is the way the world works. Scripted news, planned rituals, and ritualistic deaths go with it all the time. 42 in Black history, something else, like Aretha Franklin. She records her 42nd album, and then she dies on Elvis's death anniversary. They said Elvis made black music. He died at 42. Elvis, the king of rock and roll. Aretha, the queen of soul. So many of these rituals over the years. But yeah, now it's Sly Stone. Sly Stone. So, R.I.P. to Sly. And again, I wish people would wake up instead of just saying, oh, everything's a coincidence. You know what? If I can't get this channel back on track because we're buried in the algorithm, I might just start coming on here and just saying everything's a coincidence too, just see if we can get some views. Maybe I should just start this video over to resonate with the people. What a weird coincidence. Sly Stone, you know, that album about there's a riot going on. Isn't it weird? It's like weird. It's like weird, bruh. Weird, bruh. Can I get 1 million views, bruh? It's kind of weird coincidence. Hey, leave a comment if you think it's a weird coincidence, bruh. Till next time, true.